What's up guys, I'm PawsBuild, and in this series we're going to be building a beautiful medieval village in the early access release of the game Manor Lords, whilst also fending off merciless hordes of bandits and raiders. This series has started following the huge update that the devs have already made to the game, so I can't wait to dive in and I hope you enjoy. Welcome back to our town. We've successfully repelled the raiders, and we've also set up a little blacksmith and joiner shop so we can make our own weapons and kind of fortify our militia a little bit better. However, crucially, we've got some money for the first time. And we have a long time before we need to pay the king, so we can definitely use this money. And what I want to do is hire some mercenaries so that we can take out the bandits that have set up camp. We've got one camp of bandits here, one camp over here, and one over here. I believe they're all of similar strength. So it was how many on each? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I think. Or maybe 16. I think they're normally about 16 raiders in each camp. But we can go over and battle these guys and take the money that they've got in these tents. So they'll have already taken loads of stuff from multiple towns, and they've got some money which we can take for ourselves. We can liberate it from their treacherous hands. Now to do that, we're going to need some mercenaries because our militia and our retinue are too weak to take them on, really. And I definitely don't want to risk any of them at this early stage. So I'm going to create new units and then go to the hire mercenaries tab. And if we click this, we can see there's a number of people we could buy. We could get the brigands for hire, which is like 2 packs of the bandits. We go for some local thugs, which is like 1 pack of brigands, or we can go for some more seasoned warriors, well-disciplined light mercenary fighters. I think let's go for the brigands for hire. We probably don't even need the local thugs. I reckon we could make it with just the brigands for hire, and they're going to arrive in Pawstown, which is perfect. That's where our town is. But they would all arrive at a certain point on the map. If we have a look, one of them was arriving in Goldhof, I think, so they'd come in over here, which wouldn't be the worst in this case. We are sending them straight to war, but you do have to be mindful of that. If you're bringing in mercenaries to like defend yourself, you don't want them to appear on the other side of the map, yeah, in Goldhof. So let's get this company that's going to arrive in Pawstown and sign the contract. Perfect. Now we've got them in our army tab and they have already rallied. So if we're playing, they will walk onto the map somewhere down here. There we go. They're coming from here. There they are. Now we can probably, I don't want to run them because it will cost them in fatigue. Let's walk them over to this camp over here and keep our distance slightly. I think if we fight them on the road here, that would probably be a good shout. They're doing a very odd path to get to that. Why are they doing that? Let's fight them over here then. There we go. They've got a more of a sensible path to do that. We can try and bait the outlaws to come over to us. And then my plan is, if we have one of our groups stood outside in the open, they'll go to attack them. And then the other one can be hiding in the trees and we can swing them round and attack from the rear. That's my plan anyway, because there's not really any variance in the terrain heights. There's not a massive advantage either way. And I know we have the numbers, but I'd like to take out all 3 bands of brigands if possible. So they're going to do 3 back-to-back fights, which is why I don't want them getting tired before they even have the first one. You can see though, we're going to have to pay for them every 29 days. So this 30 gold payment is going to come out of the treasury every 30 days. So we need to be mindful of that as well. We would like to wrap up all of these fights within 1 month if possible. Now another thing I'd like to spend our money on is upgrading some of our buildings in the town. I believe that we have quite a lot of leather in this town because of our supply of deer, and one of the higher needs of a level 2 house is to have some proper clothing. So of these 3 options, shoes are made entirely of leather, so I think that's a very sensible choice for us to have. And let's get this plot here, this level 2 plot, and turn them into a cobbler's workshop. So they will then turn leather into boots, or its shoes, and we can have that need be met in our level 2 houses. We're slowly going to get each of these. Another good milestone would be to get the stone church. I wonder whether we've got enough materials. We do! We need 10 roof tiles, which we've been making to sell, but we can definitely do that. Right, okay, let's upgrade the church as well. We'll put this as very high priority. And this could be medium priority. Yeah, perfect. Now, we're going to need another family to move in to be our construction workers, but we do have a free house, so hopefully they will do that very soon. Look at our warriors. We don't even have to risk our own men. We could send our retinue out for kind of experience, but I think having 5 fighters is not really going to be worth it at this point. I would like to get some more in the future, but for now, we'll save our money for other things, like maybe paying the king. Our warriors are bravely walking through the rain. Look at them. Brigands for hire. These are probably not the nicest people that we've hired. It's like local bandits. They don't look... I mean, they're basically just bandits. That's who we've hired. But, you know, fire to fight fire and all of that. It's quite a storm as well we're going to be fighting in. This is going to be somewhat of a battle here. I mean, that doesn't look super pleasant, does it? Oh, it looks like they're coming out to meet us. Okay, so quickly, let's get you guys round the side. I mean, they're not going to have much of a choice. We don't have to hide too much. Let's have you guys come here. Yeah, let's draw them to us. We can, like, recharge a little bit. And we'll have you in the forest. And then we'll just whip round. I don't think they're going to come... I think they're coming for this one. So we'll put it on ×4 and see which way they walk. But I don't think they've seen our guys here. In fact, I'm just going to move up at this angle. And then they can pick one. Doesn't matter which one you go for. We outnumber you in each group. And there's 2 of us. So I don't think they have much of a chance. Fighting in the storm. Right. Attack. And then you guys can come from the side. We should probably be swarming them now. There we go. In we come. I think we've got this fight. Okay, they've lost their first warrior. We're still strong on 36. They got 14. Oh, we've lost a couple of guys. We're okay, though. We're okay. 13. They're going to break soon, I think. 12, 11. Yeah, they're really dropping now. Fighting in the plants. Making it easy for ourselves. The last 10 are really holding out. Right, we took some losses there. We've just gained some influence because we've beaten people in combat. But we've got a lot of warriors still. Now let's go claim our prize by going to the Bandit Camp. I think we're going to need these guys for a couple of months to get all this. But that's fine. And we don't have to bury all these bodies because they're not in our land anyway. They will just go eventually. I guess wild animals would take them or something. Not very, you know, not very honorable, but we've just hired some brigands and they're the same. So I think they knew the lifestyle they went for when they took that up. Looks like our church is nicely under construction as well. You can see inside, actually. It's a very pretty building. There we go. It's pretty basic at the minute, but, you know, it's going to go from a wooden church into a stone church, so that's going to be good. So we've got 25 homes as well, so there's definitely space for 2 more families to join. And what happens is when we get one of our units to claim this, we'll get a choice of what we want to do with the money. So let's let that come up. There we go. We've got a message. Spoils of war. When searching through the enemy belongings, you find a stash of goods. These could be sent to our people, who surely need them, though it is our right to keep them. I'm going to say that these belong to our treasury, because we can use it to pay for the mercenaries to take the other bandit camps down. So we've just got 141 gold added to our treasury. We'll definitely be fine paying our taxes this year. Let's go to the next camp. Where are they? There's one over here and one over here. This one is probably closer, isn't it? And we can fight them in open ground where we'll definitely have an advantage. We've got the numbers. Let's just take them. We'll walk our guys over there. I don't want to run them to make sure we win. And I don't mind paying. It's only 30 gold anyway, so I'm not particularly worried about the payments. And our cobbler's shop is up and running. Perfect. So they're going to be making shoes, which is going to take, again, another family away from a job they were doing to do that instead. Let's have one of our granary workers instead work at the hunting camp, because they can still set up a stall for food. And then where else? We've got 1 trade there. We've got 2 people working at the storehouse, 1 on the logging. We've got 1 on the saw pit, 2 at the stables, and 1 at the forester's camp. Then we've got, is that 2 families that live in the manor? Yes, we have 2 families as servants in the manor. Right, so that's taken 2 of our families as well. But they do live here, so I think it's freed up the houses for them. Yeah, at the minute they've not got anything to do, but we've got, but they do live here, so it's not the end of the world. A bandit camp was sighted. There's already another one. We've just taken one out. Well, it's not even in the same region. Goodness. Well, maybe we'll take these out, and then we can see if our retinue can take these, our personal soldiers. See if we can use them to take out the last one. There's bandits everywhere, though. It's treacherous land, this. Got to make sure you got some strong leadership. That's what we're going to try and provide. It looks like our food and our fuel aren't in an amazing place. It's okay, but we could definitely do with some more. So we want to make sure we're focusing on that too. The fuel is an easy fix. We just need someone else working on the woodcutter's lodge, so we just need more people. But the food is a slightly more problematic one. We could look to start farming, even though we're going to get lower yield on our crops. We could have a field or something that just does a bit. You know, it doesn't have to be a lot of our workforce going into farming, but it might help to have some extra food coming in. Also, these guys are probably getting close enough that they're going to start wandering over. They're going to see us at some point soon. So we need to be ready for that. We're in position. I don't know if we can draw them out from here. I think they're still... Yeah, they haven't noticed us. They are just chilling in their camp. Having a little squabble. Oh, that's really a squabble, isn't it? Guys, chill out. You've got a bigger fight coming your way. Well, let's move our guys up. Let's follow the road. We'll draw them out. Then they'll surely, the scouts will see us soon. Let's just walk our guys over. Come on. Yeah, they've seen us now. Right, let's have our bigger fighting force out front. And let's keep them maybe about this cluster size. And then we can have... They could even be more spread out. Let them move out. They're going to come for these guys, I'm sure. And then we can... I really want to swing around the back if possible. Rather than the side, it would be good if we moved them behind them. And then they had direct attacks from both sides. You can't actually set them to do anything like stand your ground. I imagine it's because it's like the unit type, because they're brigands. They're a bit unruly and, you know, wild attackers. They're just flailing at each other. But they're basically just in balance now. Right, you guys go here. Let's come behind. Let's run them. And then attack from the rear. Yeah, okay, that's definitely helping. It's just like a mosh pit now. Look at all of them. That's crazy. I don't even know who are our guys, because it's like hiring bandits to fight bandits. I don't know which team we're rooting for. This one at the back is definitely the coward of the group, though. I mean, well done. This one as well has come to join him. He's like, yeah, go on, get him, guys. You got this. I believe in you. Oh, we won. Good lads, right. We did some damage as well. There's not many of them left. Did we lose anyone? We lost a couple of guys, but nothing too serious. Let's go claim the reward. Yeah, we're just gonna have to pay for 1 more month, but that's fine. We've left a bit of a blockage in the road. That's gonna scare a trader coming through, but you know. Such as medieval life. And there we go. Let's take the message. I think we're going to keep this amount in our treasury as well. And then maybe the last one we will give to the people. Oh, they were set to run, so they've got there a lot quicker. Right, let's march you both over to the last one, which is over here. Probably, again, no logical place to fight them. This is probably a reasonable clearing. Let's go here. And I imagine we can trick them, because they'll only see one of our forces, and we can have them in the forest or something nearby. Swing around behind again. If it's not broken, don't fix it. That tactic's definitely working for us. But it's not hard, is it? When you outnumber them 2-1, you're definitely going to win. Unless you do something very, very wrong. It looks like our deer are breeding up as well, even though we're hunting, which is perfect. That policy is definitely helping us, because we're giving our deer some nice food, aren't we? We're looking after them, as we should. We're taking care of our local animals. And they're providing us with a great source of food for the town that's very sustainable. So can't complain. Yeah, we paid them. Okay, another 30 gold. Look how much gold we have. That's definitely enough to start a decent fighting force, I think. So we can start protecting ourselves properly. And we've had a family move in. Perfect. Now we've got a free family to start building the church. And that'll be an iconic centerpiece for our town. Gonna move them here because this one with more men is moving a lot quicker than the other one. They must have been a lot closer. So I'm just gonna have them wait a second before we get too close. And then we can move up together. Right, where are we headed? Over here. Again, let's go for our clearing. Let's have the one with more guys here. And then the one with 14 can be here or something. Hiding in the woods. I think that's close enough as well that we'll draw them out. Yeah. They're coming running. Okay, and they're going straight for the 16 group. In fact, we could just swing around here. And then move them forward when they get closer. Don't want to be too close or they might go for them. Okay, let's run them here. And they can go to attack. In fact, let's just go. That's pretty much behind anyway. Let's run them in. If you double right click, you can push forward. That's good to know. Okay. We could do that on both sides, honestly. But yeah, go on for glory. They'll both push forward. See if we can crush them between our forces. It's a bit more of an even fight, this one. Well, it's not. We've got double the people, basically, but we've got smaller groups of them. So when they hit our first force, they had more men, and we've just come in behind. Yeah, we're beating them back now. The numbers are going to start to drop. I'm going to fast forward this because we've seen them fight quite a lot. There we go. And you guys can run over and claim the third prize. If we've got 23 days, we could always run them to the other bandit camp and see if we can get them there in time. Might as well get our money's worth. You don't pay any penalties for losing warriors because they've, you know, this is what they do. They've agreed to work for you. Let's give... Oh, they got 523, actually. I think we'll just keep it in the treasury, actually. I was going to give it to the town, but they've got a lot of money from trading and stuff, so it's good that we have a bit more money to spend on, you know, it's on protection for the town. It's not like we're just throwing it away. Though I'm sure every ruler has said that throughout all of time. Okay, let's run them over here. They're going to be very tired by the time they get there, but I think we've still got the numbers to win. And we can see if they make it. At least if they're running, we've got a better chance. We've got 22 days to get there and win the fight, so we'll see how they go. The good news is we have a lot of planks, and I think our joiner has made quite a lot of shields now. Yeah, we've got 35 large shields. We haven't got any spears yet, I don't think. Oh no, I tell you what it is. They'll be used up. Yeah, we've got 25. So every time they've made a spear, it's been immediately used for the militia. So 26 have spears now. That's a much better militia. We stand a bit more of a chance if we get attacked now. Ideally, if we keep producing these as well, we could just have two bands of spear militia plus our retinue. I think we could probably defend ourselves. And crucially, another building that we really want to get is if we go into the castle planner on our manor, we can get the garrison tower. Now we're going to need 10 stone for this. So let's go throw someone. Oh, no. We're using from the church, aren't we? Right. We'll let them build a church. Then we can throw a family onto the stonecutters camp because we can start getting some stone. And what that tower will let us do, the garrison tower, is it'll increase our retinue size by 12. So you can only get one per region, but that's going to be a lot more warriors. So we've currently got 12 that we're allowed. So we're going to have 24 to play with, which is definitely good. That's a much more reasonable band of warriors. You know, when you've got over 20, you stand a chance in a fight, really. I think these guys are going to make it as well. They've got 17 days and they're almost there. So running was probably a good idea. I might walk them now we're a lot closer. See if they can recover a little bit. Because we stand a little bit of a better chance of winning there. Also, it said our mining pit was exhausted. So I'm going to take the person off there. I don't know if that comes back or it doesn't if you exhaust it. We'll have to see. That may have been a fatal error. However, we've got a lot of ore, I imagine, from that. We've got 26 plus all of the ones we've mined that are already in the bloomery and the storehouse. Yeah, I think we've got quite a lot of iron. So hopefully that comes back, but I'm not sure it does. We may have just overexploited that. I'm pretty sure it comes back if you don't go down to 0 with it, but you have to keep an eye on it. It's not an issue though, because if we do need more iron, we can always trade for it, or we could settle another town, maybe one that has a rich iron deposit, like this one, and use that instead for an iron source. Let's leave this pit here though and see what happens, because I also know you can upgrade to a deep mine, and then you can get even more iron out of the same pit. I think that might even make it unlimited, I'm not sure, but you need the relevant development item for that, and I think, where is that? It's down here. Yeah, okay, if it's on a rich deposit, it's an infinite source of iron. That's cool. That's going to be really helpful for like the late game play as well. That's really going to help us out. We've got trapping. We could get another policy here, which is enables hunters to skillfully lay traps in the forest, which gives a passive income of meat. That could be useful. We could also get an apiary and start getting bees. That seems a very cute thing to do. I don't think we need to double the capacity of our berry deposit because it's not a rich one anyway. And you can get wax from beekeeping, but you can also turn the trapping into extra pelts or double the amount of meat. That would be crazy for us. That'd be so good. Maybe we should go into that, more of a hunting route, because I don't think we're really farming very much. I'm not really tempted to get any of the more farming spec ones. We will set up a farm, but it's only going to be kind of passive food income. It's not going to be our main source where we depend on the harvest, you know? Oh, and they're already riding out to meet us. So let's get you guys set up. Let's have the 14 group here and the 13 group here. Maybe about there. And we can wait for them to come to us. Might as well replenish a bit of our fatigue, or reduce our fatigue slightly. I think they're going for the smaller group. Let's back you up. Yeah, I think they are. Okay, let's have you come in here then. We'll let them walk into our little trap. Can you not see the people to your right? Okay, you attack them. You go for the rear. And we do have the numbers. So let's see if we can get them. Oh no, don't run. I want you to push forward. There we go. Hopefully that didn't cost us the fight. Okay, if you hover over the branches, at least it gets rid of them so you can see. We are losing men, but I think we'll win. I genuinely do. As long as we can get them to like 11 or 12, I think we'll win generally. Because I don't think... I know our guys are tired, but we just have the numbers here. Let's fast forward and see how we get on. Yeah, we're going to win this, aren't we? 8, they're going to rout. 7, there we go. And off they flee. And we still had 11 days left. So we could have walked a little bit more, but we did absolutely fine. Let's go and take our payment. Where's their camp gone? I swear it was over. Oh, it's there. Okay, let's run to the camp and claim that. We've got 11 days to claim it with these guys. So maybe we're okay running how we did. And we've got it. Now, we've got a lot of money. I'm going to give this to the people as the benevolent leader that I am. The 4th opportunity I get, I will give the resources to the nearest town. They get 120. Perfect. And now I'm going to disband these brigands. We don't need them anymore. They can go, take the wealth that we paid them, and enjoy themselves. Hopefully they don't go and terrorize another town nearby. We've just made bandits for another nearby town. If we look at the armies, we'll also have different mercenaries. So you can get some very different ones. This is quite a well-rounded set. They've got 2 light mercenary infantry, and then they've got some archers as well. This is spearmen and infantry, and you quite often get some local thugs, which is good because they're weak, but they're very cheap. So it's useful. You could always get all of them as well if you had the money. You could just have all of them, and you could just keep them as your personal guard. As long as you can support the payments, like having... these two, the Battle Brothers, that's a good set of infantry. And it's only 50, so as long as you can sustain 50 a month, which is quite high, but if you can sustain it, you've got them. Like, they are your personal guard. However, this is what's supposed to be your personal guard, which is the retinue. So let's have a little look at our personal soldiers. If you go as next to the rally point, you can see we've got Retinue Customization. And if we click on that, there's a whole host of customization and things to come. I'm assuming these are like skills or something. I'm so excited for all of this to be unlocked and usable in the game. But we have our 5 warriors here. We can rename all of them if we wanted. We can give them armor upgrades. We can personalize everything about them, like the helmet, the weapon they have. It is in a class though. So some of them have the pole arms. They're just different types of them. And some of them will have like sword and shield like this one. So we can choose whether it's a sword or an axe or like a hammer or something. And again, we can choose what their shield is. So we can get some variety here, as well as the helmets and everything. These are some interesting trousers. I'm sure this is intentional, but they just look like tights to me. I'm not sure whether they're supposed to or not. But we'll leave it. We'll let them wear whatever they want to wear. It's, you know, it's their choice. I'm not going to change any of what they're wearing or what weapon they have or their helmets. But I do think it would be cool if we made them have the same colors as us. So if we have a look, we are green and yellow on our coat of arms. So let's get some solidarity in their dress code. The first one we can leave as green. And then the second one, we're going to have be yellow. Let's just have the third one be yellow as well. And this is what our units are going to look like. So I'm just going to go through and make sure that these are all green and yellow for all of our warriors. Okay. Now, another thing we could do is upgrade their armor, which turns them into what look more like knights, as you'd think of them. They'll have a lot more armor on, and I imagine they're much harder to kill. However, we can recruit more of them at this point. I think that's going to be the priority. So it would be 34 to upgrade the armor of each individual person, or it would be 50 to hire a new retainer who owns like basic equipment. So I think for now, let's recruit some more warriors. We've got 592. I want to get at least 12. Let's bring our numbers up to 12. So if we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 warriors, we've still got a good amount of money in the bank, but we have a proper retinue of 12. One other thing I love about this is, as well as their name, they've got a little bit about them. Like, this one knows many legends and myths from different cultures and regions. This one's afraid of horses. Like, this one studied various arts. Like, they've got some really cool little customization options in here, which is very, very cool. And you've got defeated foes as well. So none of them have fought yet, but they will put defeated foes on there when they've got them. Also, I'm sure there's going to be loads more of these phrases and also names that come to the game, because some of them get repeated. But again, as I've said a million times, it's just because they're in early access. So there will be a lot more added, I'm sure. They're going to have more phrases, they're going to have more names, more armor types. They already added some more different helmets and weapons in the latest update. So I'm sure there's a lot more of that to come. For now, let's get everyone suited up into the correct colors. And then we have our proper retinue. You can maybe have a look at them. Okay, they are all in the right colors. Now we've got 12. Let's rally them out here and have a little look at our guys. And they've got our flag, look. I think that's the king next to it, but that's our colors, that's our banner. This is our proper bannerman right here. Got a lot of pole arms in our group. But I think that's a good little force. We can have, what is that, 6x2? That's not a bad little unit, is it? You might be a little bit scared of them if you were a brigand coming to take our money. You see all these brave souls ready to defend our town. Cool, right, I'm going to disband them because we don't need that anymore, but we've definitely got them in reserve. So if we ever get attacked, at least we've got some local warriors, plus our ever-growing spear militia of 31 people right now. And I think we're still missing equipment. We've got the recruits for it. We could look at getting another one. We've got 48 potential warriors. It's just we need the equipment. So we'll let our blacksmith carry on. The joiner shop, we've probably got enough shields. So let's instead change to wooden parts and we can start selling those. Actually, let's pause and have a look in our trade at what's more valuable to sell. So, under, is it crafting materials? Yeah, wooden parts. This is very cheap to set up, and they sell for 5 each. If we go for weapons, it's 70, but they do sell for 7 each, so it would be 56 actually. It's not that much more, and they sell for 6 each. And the same with 50 and 5. The small shields aren't much different. We should probably end up building all of them. Let's just put them on wooden parts, because I don't know why we'd make different types of shields we're not going to use. Let's get some wooden parts, and they can start making them. We've got a good supply of planks and of timber. We should probably move all of our wood production further out again, because it is very close to our town. I'm going to relocate this just a bit further back in here. And then I'm going to move the saw pit to be next door to it as well. And we could have various roads. We could even have a road that comes off of the forester hut here. And then another road that comes up here. Maybe next to the church. There we go. We've got a bit of a road in there. Now, let's move the saw pit to be next door. And I am tempted to move the stable as well. I don't think we need it for anything else around here. So I'm going to move the stable to be in here also. It'd be nice to have it kind of on this bend or something. It would look a bit nicer. But no, let's have it. Let's have our stable in the space here. There we go. We've got all our buildings there, and that's pretty well positioned. I might leave the forester's hut here for a little bit to let them keep planting trees around here, and then we can move them over here, and they can plant even more. The thing is, they're going to plant trees that we're not going to see for a while yet, so there's plenty that could have already been planted. We won't see them until they're proper adult trees. Oh, it looks like our church is going up now that we've got more workers assigned as well. So let's watch our church be built. Perfect. We finished the small stone church. I don't think we can call that small anymore. Look at that. Wow. Let's keep our standard bell sound that we had before. But look at that. That's quite the building. So now our level 2 houses will be fully satisfied with their church ability. So all that's missing for them is 3 food types and having a tavern. Now that's got a few steps to it, but we'll definitely get there. I want to upgrade a number of these houses too, because we definitely have all the stuff we need. Let's get 3 houses down on either side from the market. That should be good. And we could look to get some more houses as well. Now that we've moved all these, we'll let them move the supplies, and then we should put some housing in here. We could even put it facing this way, the housing going this way. That might be nice, have a bit of an interesting shape to the town, rather than just be one long strip. Let's move it around and have some more interesting shapes in here. We've also got the money, so let's upgrade these houses. I said that we're going to be vegetable houses. We're going to start doing vegetables in them. So let's put some vegetable gardens in. These cost 15 gold each. However, it's definitely going to be worth it. It's going to get us a lot more food for our town and another food item, because we'll have vegetables. You can see on this, it requires plowing and harvesting labor, so it will require a bit of time for the people that live here. But the yield crucially depend on the plot size, which is why I've put them on these nice long plots. Now, it's obviously going to take them longer to do a long plot. They're going to have a lot more field to do. However, you get more vegetables from it at the end. And this should be a good supplementary supply, which I think you see in about September, when the other fields would be normally harvested. Like, if you had a wheat field, it would be done then. Let's put something in these gardens too. I'm tempted not to do anything where I know we're going to change it. Like, some of these level 2 ones I'll leave, because we've got plenty of space for some higher level buildings. Perhaps if we leave these 4 to be something different and more interesting, we could start to change these buildings over here to be something else. Let's have, there's a little plot here. Let's have them have some chickens, which is, again, another food source. And then we also are going to want some goat sheds, because these provide a passive yield of hides. And hides is going to be really important because it provides the leather and now the shoes as well for our town. So I know we should have a good amount of deer being hunted, but this will just be supplementary to that as well. Let's alternate and have chicken, goat. Let's have this one be chickens and this one can be goats when it builds up. And we'll do the same on the other side, but the opposite. So this one can be chickens, this one be goats. This one could be chickens and goats. Let's have a couple of vegetable patches on the end as well, because they've got longer gardens again. And they've got space for another family. I didn't see that. I completely forgot that we built this house with the capacity for an extra family. So let's expand the living space and make 2 families live on this plot. Be twice as many people to harvest the vegetables as well. In fact, I think I may change this. This is kind of a longer plot as well. I may change this one to be vegetables too. We'll see how it all looks when it's in. This should give us loads of different food types though, because we'll have meat, we'll have vegetables, we'll have berries, and we'll have eggs. So that we're definitely going to be hitting the multiple food types, and hopefully everyone can have a good varied diet. I also, before I forget, want to add the herb garden to the forager's hut to make sure that we're doing that, because the herbs will stop our villagers from getting sick, or they'll help prevent them from getting sick, which will definitely be a positive thing for the town. I'm going to assign both of the people to the small stable to help with the moving around of the ox. And I'll leave everyone else actually unassigned for now, because we don't need some more planks or timber super urgently. I know we've just planned quite a lot of construction, but we've got 22 timber left over after all of that, and 82 planks left over. So I think we're okay. It'd probably be a good idea to set up the trade for the wooden parts. So if we establish this trade route, we can now start exporting, and we don't need any of them at the minute. I don't know what they're used for, but we can very easily make them. So let's just sell all of them that we get. It looks like we've almost reached a full unit of militia as well, so that's really cool to see. And to meet our next town settlement of large village, we need 1 more level 2 plot. So when these build in, we should reach the next town settlement level, which is very exciting. Let's watch this one build in, and then we should have a large village. There we go. We've reached a large village. Pawstown is doing so well. I love it. Perfect, perfect. Well, I think we've made loads of progress in this video. We fended off all of the bandits, which was 4 separate camps of brigands. And we've made a bunch of improvements to our town with the money that we got from it. So I'm really excited to see them be built in the next video. I think we'll call it here for this one. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a like. It really helps the channel out. And I'll see you in the next one.